Okay, let's unpack this. This truly fascinating deep dive into the world where high fashion meets, well, profound cultural statements.
Hmm.
Today, we're zooming right in on the 2025 BT Awards red carpet. And look, if you thought it was just another celebrity parade,
Right.
prepare for some serious aha moments. Our mission today, really, is to pull out the most important insights, maybe some surprising facts from our main source here, the 2025 BET Awards, a high-voltage fashion manifesto by Hot Highlights Maison.
It's a great source.
It is. And this deep dive, it's going to show how fashion shifts, from just being clothes into this powerful narrative, a bold manifesto even.
Yeah, and sometimes a really carefully crafted strategic tool. It's fascinating.
It really is.
And what's genuinely interesting about how the source frames this right off the bat is how it elevates the BT Awards way beyond just like spectacle.
Exactly. It's not just pretty dresses.
Not at all. It positions it immediately as this profound, kind of undeniable statement on Black creativity and its growing influence, its undeniable influence on global style.
Undeniable is the word.
So for you listening, this means we're not just going to sit here and describe like dazzling outfits, though there were plenty of those.
Oh, definitely.
But instead, we're really going to dissect specific sartorial triumphs, the ones that truly defined the night. We'll shine a much-deserved spotlight on the, let's be honest, often unsung heroes.
The designers.
The Black designers who are absolutely shaping and, frankly, reshaping the entire industry right now.
That's such a crucial point.
We'll explore the compelling emerging trends we saw on that carpet. And, yeah, we'll definitely get into the looks that sparked some vital, sometimes, challenging conversations.
This is part of the fun, right? The debate.
Absolutely. Ultimately, the goal here is to reinforce why this all matters. Understanding the strategy behind it, the cultural commentary, the sheer power packed into these fashion choices.
Okay, let's start there then. Section 1, the BET Awards as this high-voltage fashion manifesto. So when you typically think of a red carpet, you picture glamour, right? Elegant gowns, sharp suits, sparkle.
The usual suspects, yeah.
It's definitely about looking good.
Yeah.
But our source, this high-voltage fashion manifesto, describes the BET Awards red carpet as something, well, much more potent, almost alive.
Pulsating, unapologetic fashion manifesto. That phrase itself.
It really lands, doesn't it?
Right.
It wasn't just about personal style, the source argues. It was like this collective, audacious declaration.
A statement.
A huge statement. And this year, the style stakes were, undeniably raised. It transformed what could have been just a walk into this vibrant, high-voltage exhibition.
Like performance art, almost.
Exactly. It wasn't just a display of luxury, though there was luxury. It was this unbridled, kind of exhilarating celebration of self, of identity. Yeah. And you felt it was meticulously crafted and fearlessly worn by every single person on that carpet.
Each step felt deliberate. So deliberate. Each fabric choice, like a word. Each silhouette, a powerful sentence in this whole unfolding narrative.
And if we, connect this to the bigger picture, the source really emphasizes how this event just transcends the typical celeb parade.
It's more than that.
Way more. It transforms the carpet into this dynamic exhibition, a living runway. It's not something you just passively watch. It unfolds, like in acts.
Oh, I like that. Acts.
Yeah, with each individual stepping onto the carpet like it's their own personal stage, their proscenium, for these powerful sartorial declarations.
That makes so much sense for
this elevated fashion to an art form. It solidified its really unique and indispensable position as a, what does the source call it? A crucible for groundbreaking fashion and cultural commentary.
A crucible. That's strong. It is, because beyond just the visual wow factor, the event showcases this incredible wellspring of ingenuity and fierce personal expression. But, and this is critical, the source hammers this home. It also forcefully highlights the undeniable ascendancy of Black designers.
Okay, let's flag that. The ascendancy of Black designers.
We'll definitely circle back hard on that. But they're not just participating, they are actively shaping and redefining the very fabric of global style. It was, as the source puts it so vividly, this visual feast that went way beyond just the celebs in the clothes.
Right. It was about the artistry behind them, too.
Exactly. A profound celebration of the visionaries, the creative minds driving this whole cultural shift.
Okay, let's pivot now. Let's get into the individuals who really, truly commanded the atmosphere, whose appearances were, and I love this quote from the source, nothing short of a standing ovation in fabric form.
Huh. That's good.
Isn't it? And these weren't just, outfits picked randomly or thrown together last minute. The source stresses that each choice carried this profound strategic significance.
Intentionality.
A deliberate message woven right into the threads. It really speaks to a new level of, intentionality on the red carpet. You felt the thought behind it.
Absolutely. And to elaborate on that, these weren't just pretty outfits chosen for looks alone. Our source calls them deliberate statements that resonated far beyond the red carpet itself. Making the wearers true arbiters of taste for the whole evening. Their choices felt deeply intentional, designed for maximum impact, crafted to leave this lasting impression.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About the layers of thought that go into not just the look, but the message it sends.
For sure. #A, queens of thematic dressing and timeless elegance.
Okay, first up, the source points to an undisputed queen of thematic dressing, Doechii and Miu Miu. And wow, for good reason.
That look was everywhere.
It was. She embraced this head-to-toe monochromatic red look, which was already bold, but it was so much more than just the color.
Right, the specifics matter here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This wasn't just any red dress. She pulled a viral piece directly from Miu Miu's recent archives. That alone shows such a keen understanding of fashion, of influence.
Of the current moment. Yeah, very savvy.
Totally savvy. Then she expertly paired this archive piece with a skirt and multiple belts. Yes, belts plural. From Miu Miu's Spring-Summer 2024 show.
The layering.
The layering, the textures, the subtle play with the accessories, like her flower-adorned Jimmy Choo sandals and those stacks of dinosaur designs bangles. It just cemented her reign as a master of intentional, impactful styling.
It felt so complete.
Cohesive, daring, and utterly her own.
And Doechii's choice, it really raises an important question for us, doesn't it? What does it actually mean to strategically leverage a recognizable high-fashion piece from recent memory like that?
You make it yours.
Exactly. And the source notes, Doechii didn't just grasp the concept of thematic dressing. She absolutely defined it on that carpet.
Yeah.
By picking a piece with existing viral heat, she strategically amplified her own presence, her own influence. It showed this profound understanding of the fashion zeitgeist, a willingness to engage with its history, even recent history, and a masterful ability to make it work for her brand.
It's like fashion jujitsu, using the existing energy.
That's a great way to put it. It's calculated. It speaks volumes about her awareness of the industry's currents and how to harness them. That monochromatic red wasn't just a color, it was a character she inhabited.
Okay, so from that really bold, defining statement, let's shift gears slightly to a masterclass in timeless style. Peak Palmer.
Oh, always.
Always. She continued her, frankly impressive streak of red carpet victories. No. She just exudes this effortless confidence that's captivating.
She really does.
She chose a Chanel Haute Couture piece from the Fall-Winter 1993 collection, an asymmetric beaded and embellished mini dress.
Vintage Chanel Couture. You can't really go wrong.
You really can't. This wasn't about chasing a fleeting trend. This was an embrace of enduring glamour. And, as if the dress wasn't enough, the source notes she paired it with a rather chic new bob.
The bob. It completed the look.
It totally did. That haircut just added to the whole sophisticated, confident vibe. The entire look felt like a nod to the past, and firmly planted in the present.
And what's so fascinating about Keek's choice here is that confident embrace of enduring elegance over, the often fleeting nature of current trends.
Right. She wasn't trying to be now. She was trying to be forever.
Precisely. The decision to wear vintage Chanel Haute Couture, a piece from over 3 decades ago, it just underscored this sophisticated appreciation for fashion history. It proved unequivocally that true style is timeless.
It really is.
In a landscape that's often obsessed with newness, her choice speaks volumes. It says she understands that some statements, especially those rooted in classic beauty and incredible craftsmanship, they never really go out of fashion.
It was subtle, but powerful. An assertion of her own taste.
Definitely discerning.
And then, for a moment of just refreshing grace, amidst all the experimentation and, the bold declarations, Kerry Washington.
Ah, yes.
Always elegant.
Always. She delivered this vision of quintessential elegance. She wore an Oscar de la Renta fairy gown, beautifully adorned with this delicate, abstract butterfly print.
That sounds lovely.
It was. It felt both classic and fresh. A gentle reminder that sometimes impact doesn't have to shout the loudest. It was like a whisper of sophistication that resonated really deeply.
Her choice, it really demonstrated a refined understanding of impactful subtlety, didn't it?
It really did.
In an environment that's often, leaning towards maximalism, Kerry Washington reminded us that sometimes classic beauty, delivered with poise and precision, it speaks the loudest.
Especially against a backdrop of boldness.
Exactly. Particularly amidst that landscape of audacious experimentation, her gowns served as this powerful counterpoint, proving that elegance and understated allure can be just as compelling, maybe even more so, than the most avant-garde creations. It felt like a strategic choice in itself, to stand out by embracing a different kind of power.
A quiet power, yeah. Very effective. #tag B, icons of glamour and strategic persona.
Speaking of enduring presence, our source definitely highlights some true icons who grace the carpet with this undeniable star power. Their looks felt carefully calibrated to their public personas. Ashanti, for example.
A legend.
Absolutely. She stepped out in this show-stopping Alexandre Vauthier plunge-neck gown.
Okay.
Perfectly accessorized with sleek Tom Ford heels and naturally dazzling Lorraine Schwartz diamonds.
Of course.
And she was there celebrating BT's quarter-century anniversary, right? So you could almost feel the weight of that legacy, that consistent star power in her presence. She just owned that moment.
And connecting this back to the bigger picture, Ashanti's appearance really proved that some stars just possess this innate, almost magnetic ability to shine.
They just have it.
They do, consistently delivering this powerful blend of classic glamour and enduring star power, just like our source notes. Her look wasn't just about the dress, it was about the continuation of a legacy. Her consistent ability to command attention and maintain relevance in this constantly changing industry.
It really is a testament to her longevity.
And her understanding of how to maintain a commanding public image through strategic fashion choices. She knows her brand.
Clearly. Okay, another truly commanding presence. Jennifer Hudson.
J. Hud.
She made such an impactful entrance in this figure-hugging Gaurav Gupta gown.
Ooh, Gaurav Gupta. Always interesting silhouettes.
Right. It perfectly complemented her eye-catching Jerry Jewelers diamonds, and it was a look clearly designed to command attention, much like her voice does on any stage.
That's a great parallel.
The cohesion between her look and her artistry felt really undeniable.
Her ensemble, yeah, it precisely mirrored the power and the gravitas of her vocal performances. This strategic alignment, her clothes matching her artistic persona, it raises that important question again for all of us.
How do celebrities use fashion?
Exactly. How do they use it to extend and reinforce their personal brand? For Jennifer Hudson, that Gaurav Gupta gown felt like a seamless extension of the powerful, dramatic artistry she brings to her music.
It was like a visual echo of her talent.
Perfectly put. Designed to leave an impression that resonated with her whole artistic identity. Powerful. #tag C. Gentlemen redefining menswear.
And it wasn't just about the gowns, let's be clear. The gentleman stepped onto that carpet with undeniable flair. We saw some truly innovative, boundary-pushing approaches to menswear that really redefined traditional expectations.
Yes, this was a strong showing for menswear.
Mario, for instance, in House of Grey, he offered this really fresh take on classic tailoring with a sharp pant and a wrap top.
The wrap top was key.
It was so sleek, so modern, yet still undeniably sophisticated. He really brought something new to the menswear conversation on that carpet.
Mario's choice perfectly blended those traditional aesthetics with bold, fresh details. It clearly signaled this contemporary evolution in formal wear.
It wasn't throwing out the rulebook entirely.
No, not at all. It wasn't about abandoning classic tailoring, but injecting it with unexpected elements like that wrap top that felt thoroughly modern, personalized, even a bit sculptural.
Right, it challenges what formal menswear has to be.
Exactly, pushing it into a more expressive territory without sacrificing that core elegance.
Okay, then pushing boundaries with iconic branding, Kirk Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
He elevated the game in a Louis Vuitton two-piece suit. But it wasn't just any LV suit, it showcased such a unique blend of high fashion and his individual personal expression. It felt bespoke.
Tailored to him.
Exactly, tailored to his personality.
His look really demonstrated that mixing iconic branding like Louis Vuitton with that kind of custom flair can indeed push the boundaries of red carpet menswear. It reflects a deeply personalized approach to luxury.
It's not just wearing the label.
Right. It's about taking those established symbols of high-end fashion and making them entirely your own, rather than just, wearing them straight off the rack. It's an assertion of individuality within that luxury world.
Love that. And for someone who consistently delivers memorable looks, almost making each appearance a signature moment, Shabuzi.
Shabuzi. Always brings it.
Always. In Custom 1116, The source just calls the look fabulous. And it was. You just knew it was him. There's this immediate recognition, a consistent delivery of unique personal style that sets him apart.
And the source highlights exactly that. How Shabuzi consistently delivers memorable looks that are so distinct, they immediately underscore his unique artistic identity.
It's like his fashion fingerprint.
That's it. This isn't about simply following trends. It's about setting a personal standard, crafting a recognizable signature that becomes instantly synonymous with his brand. It's building a consistent visual narrative that reinforces who he is as an artist.
Okay, now here's where, for me anyway, it gets really interesting. Maybe even more so than the celebrity appearances themselves.
I agree. This is crucial.
Our source dedicates a significant and frankly well-deserved portion of the spotlight, not just to the stars, but to the true visionaries behind the scenes, the Black designers.
Yes. Giving them their flowers.
Absolutely. They didn't just dress celebrities. The source says they meticulously crafted new chapters in the style history books.
Yeah.
This section feels like it's about more than just aesthetics. It's about cultural contribution, legacy, reshaping an industry.
And this specific focus, it raises that incredibly important question about the critical role Black designers play in not only shaping global fashion narratives, but actively pushing the industry's long-standing boundaries.
Boundaries that needed pushing.
Definitely. These weren't just outfits. They were, like you said, narratives woven into fabric, representing rich heritage, groundbreaking innovation, a powerful statement of presence in an industry that, let's face it, hasn't always given them the recognition or space they deserve.
It feels like their work is both archiving culture and forecasting the future.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Archiving and future casting. ###I craft new chapters in style history.
Let's truly dive into some specific examples of their brilliance, as highlighted by the source, starting with Rich Fresh for 41.
Rich Fresh, always sharp. So sharp. Rich Fresh adorned 41 in these bold, precise stripes that didn't just catch the eye. They resonated with this rhythmic precision, like a visual heartbeat.
Wow.
The source emphasizes this wasn't merely a suit, it was a redefinition of Black luxury, presented with undeniable intention, celebrating opulence and sophistication on their own terms.
Making luxury their own. Love that. Then we had Ray Jata for Leon Thomas.
Yes. Tell us about that.
Jata, through meticulous design, apparently wove the very essence of the Gambia directly into Leon Thomas's ensemble.
Wow, how?
It was described as this soulful, almost cinematic suit specifically designed for fluid movement, brilliantly showcasing deep cultural heritage through contemporary design. It's a masterclass in how fashion can tell a story way beyond the garment itself.
Connecting wearer to history to place, that's incredible.
Isn't it? And then Megan Renee Smith for Jennifer Freeman.
Okay, what was the vibe there?
The source says she presented Jennifer Freeman with a gown that, while channeling classic old Hollywood glamour,
Okay, interesting.
filtered it through a distinctly Black rock star lens.
Oh, I love that mix. Elegance with edge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A perfect fusion of timeless allure and modern audacious spirit. It challenged expectations of both Hollywood glamour and rock star chic.
That sounds fantastic. And Latouche.
Latouche tailored D. Bill's very first public suit.
Wow, talk about pressure and opportunity.
Right. What an honor and what a statement. Latouche apparently transformed it into this powerful statement of confidence, complete with a personalized money print lining.
Get out. A money print lining.
Yep. The source calls it a true tailored symphony, a celebration of individuality, aspiration. It shows how bespoke design can elevate personal expression into something truly unique and meaningful.
That's amazing. These examples are so powerful.
And what's truly fascinating here, bringing them all together, is how each designer, as our source highlights, stood so firmly in their purpose.
You felt their intention. Absolutely. They celebrated their heritage, their unique perspective, and showcased to the world the sheer brilliance that unfolds when Black creativity takes center stage and refuses to dim. Each piece was a narrative, a testament to a unique vision, and a powerful, undeniable cultural statement reshaping the industry from within.
Okay, so while the Beat Awards really champions that individual, groundbreaking expression we've been talking about,
Which it does so well.
it does, our source meticulously points out a few compelling stylistic currents that definitely surfaced across the red carpet. Think of them maybe not as rigid trends, but as micro-trends that, when you look at them together, tell a much larger macro story about where fashion might be heading.
Little currents forming a bigger wave.
Exactly. The evening was awash with audacious color palettes, captivating textures that caught every bit of light, and this sophisticated, really exciting reinterpretation of formal evening wear.
It gave us more than just a glimpse, didn't it?
It felt like a substantial preview into where fashion, especially within this cultural context, might be going in 2025 and beyond.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, yeah, these insights offer compelling glimpses into broader fashion directions, even if they aren't, rigid rules dictating every designer's next collection.
Right. Not like Pantone Color of the Year decrees.
No. But they represent this collective leaning, a subtle but significant movement within the fashion landscape that can definitely foreshadow wider shifts. It's about reading those subtle signals in the choices.
And what they say about collective desires and cultural confidence.
Exactly. Hashtag tag, 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 a check. The power of monochromatic red.
Okay, first current. We already saw a huge hint of this with Doechie's iconic look.
Hard to miss that one.
Impossible. But the source makes it clear that the power of monochromatic red made a truly striking, almost inescapable statement across the entire carpet.
It felt like a dominant theme.
A fearless embrace of a single, intense hue that just created undeniable visual impact. Imagine seeing it repeated, this sea of vibrant red demanding attention. Impossible to ignore.
And that trend, it really signifies a desire for bold, unambiguous statements in what's often a visually saturated, noisy environment.
Yes,
Right.
let's through the noise.
Totally. In a world where visual information bombards us constantly, sometimes a singular, intense color, worn with conviction from head to toe, becomes the most impactful, the clearest choice. It cuts through the clutter with undeniable force.
Makes an immediate, unforgettable impression.
It speaks to confidence, definitely,
Yeah.
and a desire for clarity in your visual message.
Okay, next current. Because what truly is a grand entrance without a touch of sheer, maybe even blinding brilliance?
You need the sparkle.
You need the sparkle. Radiant luminosity wasn't just present. The source describes it as a pervasive, almost overwhelming theme throughout the night.
Everywhere you looked.
Our source specifically pointed to Mariah Carey's truly resplendent silver gown.
Of course, Mariah brought the shimmer.
It seemed to shimmer with every single movement. And Ryan Destiny's metallic low creation that flowed with this almost liquid molten grace.
Those metallics are always incredible.
Incredible. Sequins, intricate beadwork, lustrous metallic fabrics. They were a constant, dazzling presence. It turned the red carpet into like a river of light.
And this huge embrace of luminosity, it reflects a continued, maybe even intensified fascination with pure glamour and spectacle in red carpet dressing.
We still want the wow factor.
We absolutely do. The source makes it super clear that luminosity wasn't just incidental, it was a deeply pervasive theme. It indicates this collective desire to dazzle, to literally shine under the spotlight.
Commanding attention through just unashamed brilliance.
Exactly. Creating moments that are utterly captivating, memorable. It feels like an embrace of joy, of exuberance through fashion. Hashtag tag, 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 C. Modern black tie reinvented.
Moving on, the gentleman again really leaned into this idea of reinvention, showcasing a remarkable evolution in menswear.
They really did. It wasn't an afterthought.
Not at all. While classic black suits were definitely present, they're timeless for a reason.
Can't go wrong.
Many opted for bold patterns, innovative cuts, truly unexpected accessories. This wasn't about discarding tradition entirely, but about elevating it.
Making it contemporary.
Making traditional formal wear genuinely contemporary, exciting, and deeply personal.
And this widespread experimentation, it indicates this growing fluidity and personalization within formal menswear. It's no longer just about strictly adhering to the old rules of black tie.
The rules are bending.
They really are. Instead, it's about expressing profound individual style within that formal framework, making it significantly more dynamic, less rigid than ever before.
It's a powerful statement, interpreting the rules your own way.
Celebrating creativity even in the most formal settings. Absolutely.
And then there were the looks that really, really push the boundaries. The ones that remind us that fashion is, at its core, this dynamic, evolving form of wearable art.
Yes. The truly avant-garde moments.
Emery turned heads. I mean, seriously turned heads in this black, short, sculptural masterpiece from Bad Binch Tong Tong.
Bad Binch Tong Tong, always unexpected.
So unexpected. It was bold, yet graceful, playfully defying conventional silhouettes with its just completely surprising form.
Challenging what a dress can even look like.
Totally. And Ciara, too, brought this edgy glamour, seamlessly combining elements of street fashion with black tie in a Kong Tri look.
That fusion sounds interesting.
It featured these modern lines, undeniable elegance, but created a silhouette that felt both familiar and somehow utterly new.
And these looks, as the source really emphasizes, they were all about challenging traditional forms, showcasing fashion as this profound medium for artistic expression,
Moving beyond just clothes.
into the realm of architectural design almost. Creating silhouettes that were both visually stunning and intellectually thought-provoking. They actively pushed the boundaries of what's conventionally red carpet appropriate.
Inviting a deeper conversation.
About the intersection of fashion, art, and personal identity. Yeah.
Now, it's kind of a common misconception, isn't it, that every red carpet look aims for immediate universal love.
Right, that perfection is the only goal.
Exactly. But our source highlights this crucial point. It's often the most unexpected, maybe even the divisive sartorial notes that compose the evening's most memorable symphony.
The ones people talk about the next day.
For sure, these looks aren't just about looking good in a conventional sense. They ignite spirited debate, they provoke strong reactions, and profoundly underscore fashion's vital role as this fearless medium of self-expression.
They're designed to spark conversation, whether it's praise or critique.
Precisely.
And we should really consider these moments a masterclass in challenging the status quo and critically propelling industry innovation.
How so?
Well, these choices, even if they are divisive or spark debate, they're absolutely crucial for the evolution of fashion. They demonstrate that risk-taking isn't just, like, a luxury. It's essential for progress, for creativity.
Without them, fashion would just stagnate.
Exactly. Without these audacious strokes, it becomes predictable. Boring, even. Hashtag, ASK set. Embracing the unexpected.
Okay, let's talk about looks that truly embody that gorgeous and weird paradox the source mentions. Andra Day in Tony Ward.
Okay. Gorgeous and weird. Intriguing combo.
Isn't it? The source described her look as exactly that, both gorgeous and weird, simultaneously. It felt like a testament to her willingness to embrace designs that actively challenge perceptions.
That make you look twice.
Make you look twice, make you think. It was definitely a moment of intriguing complexity, proving that true, impactful style often resides in the unexpected, in those places where beauty and peculiarity kind of intersect.
That's a fascinating space for fashion to occupy.
It really is. And then, a powerful statement about blurring boundaries definitely came from Ciara again, in that contri look we mentioned.
The street meets black tie one.
Yes, that edgy blend, showcasing modern lines, undeniable elegance. But the source notes that her fringe skirt and that dramatically elongated train, they might have been unconventional for some. Polarizing, perhaps.
Okay, so maybe not everyone loved it.
Maybe not universally. But her choice was still this powerful statement about personal style, about the seamless fusion of diverse aesthetics. It proved that confidence, coupled with real conviction, can make any look resonate.
Even if it departs from the norm?
Especially then. It exemplifies that strategic use of fashion to assert individuality, not just conform.
Owning the unconventional. Hashtag, tag B, sparking debate and driving innovation.
And it's so important to remember, right, that even if a look wasn't universally adored, it often still serves a vital purpose in the bigger fashion store.
It still contributes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Take Sky Jackson's sheer skirt, for instance. The source mentions it sparked discussion.
Okay.
But the clear intent to experiment with texture, with transparency, was undeniably evident. These moments, even if they initially spark debate or lead to mixed reviews, they contribute significantly to the rich, complex tapestry of red carpet fashion.
They push the conversation forward.
They're the catalysts. They encourage designers and stars to continually innovate, to push boundaries, to fearlessly explore new stylistic territories. They ensure fashion never just becomes predictable or safe.
And those choices, regardless of their immediate reception, how widely they're praised or not, are absolutely vital for the ongoing evolution of red carpet aesthetics.
Okay.
It brings us back to that important question.
Is textbook perfection the goal?
Right. Is flawlessly executed, universally approved the sole aim? Or is it also, maybe more importantly, about pushing boundaries, sparking dialogue, maybe even provoking a reaction that isn't entirely positive?
The source seems to lean toward the latter.
Strongly suggests the latter, yeah. Highlighting the profound value of bold experimentation over safe conformity. It's really in those moments of daring that true innovation is often born. Hashtag fee. The importance of daring.
Ultimately, then, these audacious, sometimes maybe controversial choices, they're absolutely essential. They keep the fashion world dynamic, vibrant.
They prevent complacency.
Exactly. They are the moments that truly make an impact, the ones that linger in our minds long after the lights dim, the headlines fade. They're the unforgettable statements that can define an era.
Indeed. They are the moments that ignite conversation, challenge established norms, and ultimately propel the entire world of fashion forward. The red carpet, as our source really drives home, it's not solely about achieving textbook perfection or just adhering to some predefined style guide.
Deeper than that.
Much deeper. It's about celebrating personality, embracing daring, and possessing the sheer courage to be seen in a truly authentic, uncompromised light.
Even if not everyone gets it.
Especially then, regardless of universal acclaim, that audacity, that willingness to take risks and be true to yourself, that's what genuinely drives innovation and keeps fashion a living, breathing, exciting art form. Hashtag outro.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for us as we kind of reflect on this whole deep dive? The 2025 BT Awards red carpet was, just as our source emphasized with such clarity, this vibrant, undeniable testament to the dynamic, ever-evolving landscape of Black fashion.
It really felt like a snapshot of incredible momentum.
It did. It was a night where individuality, profound cultural expression, and an utterly fearless approach to style just underscored precisely why the BET Awards remains such a crucial, unparalleled hub for groundbreaking fashion moments.
It's more than just a fashion show.
Way more. It has this deeper pulse, right? A resonance that vibrates far beyond the immediate spectacle of the night.
And while the broader fashion world can sometimes fixate on a singular dominant narrative, maybe overlooking diverse voices,
Which happens.
it does. The BET Awards proved unequivocally that true style is multifaceted, it's vibrant, it's an ongoing conversation.
Not a monologue.
Definitely not. It's about that unwavering confidence to wear a look that speaks directly to your soul, the audacious spirit to challenge conventional expectations, and the sheer artistry of designers who aren't just making clothes.
They're crafting legacies.
Meticulously crafting legacies, weaving their cultural narratives right into the fabric of global style. This event serves as this vital, indispensable platform for showcasing diverse perspectives and really driving forward the global fashion dialogue.
Reminding us all that fashion is, at its heart, this powerful, transformative form of cultural expression.
Couldn't agree more.
So as the final lights dim on this particular spectacle, maybe one question lingers, something for you, our listener, to contemplate. What truly dictates the next chapter of red carpet evolution?
Good question.
Is it that timeless allure of refined tailoring, that constant whisper of classic elegance we saw? Is it the electrifying impact of a truly avant-garde creation, the kind that shatters expectations?
Or something else entirely.
Or is it ultimately that unyielding spirit of individuality, the spirit that simply refuses to be confined by fleeting fads, demanding to be seen on its own terms? That, my dears, is a saga still very much in its nascent stages.
An unfolding story.
Unfolding story that we, alongside you, are definitely excited to see develop.